Have you seen the little piggies crawling in the dirt? And for all the little piggies, life is getting worse.
Alright, so let's, hello YouTube. I'm going to show you how, this is a work in progress, but, alright, so in here, we've got some pigs that we finally got this project done. It's got a nice little pig stall. There's the lock on this thing. This is Ham Solo and Princess Piggy, as my kids have named. And they are a male and female pig. They are pretty young still. And so we got them in. We had a pig pen outside, but we get some pretty nasty winters up here near the Canadian border. And so we brought these two in because if I don't know, I'm thinking if you leave them out in the cold, and it gets pretty cold around here, and we do have a barn outside, but this one is a heated barn, and I'm thinking that with the animals being cold, they're going to work off any excess fat and any excess meat in order to keep warm, and that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get these guys pretty big. Now, the thought is to breed them, and I understand that pigs can have 2 litters of up to 10 a year, so that we're talking 20 piglets a year. These will grow to be, you know, if you know, you allow them to grow to full size, they can get up to 1,000 pounds a piece. And you know, they're pretty hard to control now at about 50, 60 pounds. I can't imagine something, you know, 800 to 1,000 pounds, you know, hippo size. So, you know, probably a lot of folks say to, you know, kill them off at you know, at around 200, 250 pounds, and that's when they bring them to market. But this is a very good commodity. This lowers my compost. I've got them right adjacent to the house. I can bring excess food that we're not going to use, and they love it. You know, so we've got these guys here, and then we've got a couple of stalls. We've got a new stall here. This is an alpine goat, a dairy goat, and she hopefully is pregnant, and she's a very sweet girl. She's got a massive udder, and she hasn't even you know, had one birthing yet. Her mother has a history of 2 to 3 kids per litter, so I'm hoping, and the mother is a gallon a day producer of milk. So she's a fantastic addition here. This one here is, well, this one here is Maggie. This is Maggie. And the one you just heard right now, that's Matilda. Matilda's a Toggenburg. And she is a very good producer. She's a 2 liter a day producer of milk. And and she's a bit older. And so because she is dominant, I had to separate the two, because if this one starts bucking the pregnant one, we don't want to have an internal injury. So they are separate, but they can still communicate and look at each other, because they are herd animals and they don't like being alone. So we've got, you know, their mangers where they eat their hay. And, you know, these are the magic animals. And here's this one's water and manger. Goats, dairy goats. The Roman legions would not travel anywhere without these creatures. And I've said that on our show, thewatchman.fm. I've said that on my Blog Talk radio station as well. And people said, well, how do people in third world countries survive? Well, the Roman legions used to march with these animals because they would make milk and they would make cheese, and they would be able to store cheese and travel with cheese. And they also traveled with bread, with hard bread. And anything else they'd pillage or whatever. But this was the main animal because they can actually, you can put, a friend of ours has these creatures here and actually makes money in getting using them as pack animals for rough terrain hiking. And they are excellent climbers. And they can carry quite a load. They're very strong. So they can be used around a farm to plow. They can be... Now this one has got an unusual horn. And my daughter thinks she has a unicorn because this one has one horn that wraps around her head. But she's a good girl. She's very pleasant to deal with. And, you know, she... I guess that horn issue happened because when people dehorn them young, if you don't burn, and there's basically a cauterizing. Yes, I know you didn't like it then, I know. They burn the top of the buds where these things come from when they were a very young kid. And if they don't do it well enough, this kind of unusual horn pops up and may grow in unusual ways. And we've had to saw it, and it does have blood and nerves in it, so it's it's like a nail. You can't cut it beyond a certain point. So, but she's a good girl, and it doesn't bother her, and she actually uses it very well against the other goat. So, but these animals, this is the thing. These goats don't compete for your food sources. They eat hay, they eat grass, they can eat evergreen Christmas tree. I give them, that's the treat right after Christmas. I give them the Christmas tree and they go at it and eat it. So, you can convert, if you can convert Christmas trees and evergreen trees that grow around here in the north into milk and cheese, then that's a fantastic feat. This is why the old Celtic religions found that these creatures were the leaders of the forest. These were the main animals of the forest. These were the great spirits of the forest. And because of that. So what do? You get milk from the trees. You feed the milk to the chickens, and then the chickens make eggs. You feed the excess eggs to the hogs, and the hogs, you know what? I like bacon, I like ham, I like pork chops, and I like ribs. Okay? It may not be kosher, but boy, can they sure produce quite a lot, and that's why people have them. So, I mean, this is an experiment. But you know what? This is prepping, folks. And along with these guys, we've got the ones that stay out. My geese are out back, and they are constant guard animals and let me know who's in the back. We've got our supply of hay. We've got, a constant supply of all these things. I've got 7 dozen eggs that I've got to do something with. So, prepping to us is not talk. Prepping is doing. This is what you need to do, folks, because cans of food run out. And if you can do things like this, that's great. If not, make yourself of service to someone, because farming is going to get much simpler. Stop eating that. And it's going to require a lot of work to produce food and produce things and grow things. And so, you know what? We're going to move into a healthier period of time. We're not going to have hyperlipidemia or high cholesterol. We're not going to have hypertension, high blood pressure. We're not going to have as much obesity. We're not going to have a lot of things, even diabetes, because people will get off their butts and actually do something. The desk job is about to disappear, and for many it already has. The future is agriculture, because without food, no one's going anywhere. So, this is what keeps us busy. We had to get this all done before winter came. It's already been 28 degrees as of this morning, and I'm sure these guys who were kind of outside, and they had shelter and they had hay, but you can't beat these nice temperatures, because I got the furnace in here and I've got the wood stove right next door. So you cannot beat the temperature in here, and these guys will grow nice and big. They've already, I had to actually pick these babies up and bring them in here, and especially the girl did not like it. But they're coming around. They're much more acclimated to us, and but these are the types of things I like to eat. I don't want to just survive. I want to be the supplier for everyone in this area. If I have to trade a pig for a cord of wood, if I have to trade eggs for labor, helping to till the soil in my garden, or to have somebody possibly watch my back, have a neighbor say, okay, you're going to watch my right flank, you're going to watch my left flank, you're going to be armed in the back, and we're all going to protect this property, okay? Because together, you can't be and do everything that needs to be done. So you're going to need cooperation from your neighbors, whether they're prepared or not. If you're prepared, you call the shots, okay? Because it's in their best interest, especially since I'm the one that has the knowledge to keep these animals alive. If they get sick, I have the knowledge to actually draw blood on them, look at my microscope, and do a lot of things to diagnose problems. I can do it with people as well. I know what medicines go where, on what trees, and what plants, and without me, everybody else is screwed around here. But, so, if you're the prepper and you're the person that knows things that can be useful to other people, make yourself useful. Be a part of a team. If you're in the city, get the heck out of the city. Be prepared to leave that city. That doesn't mean that you don't store food and you don't have supplies. But be prepared to take everything and go. And go to areas that have farms, that have a need for work, have a need for your services. And you know what? When this thing finally hits the fan, we are all going to need each other a great deal. So, keep that in mind. Thank you. We'll talk to you later.